What's up, guys? Mr. Knows Hoops, back to another video. I really quick wanted to thank you guys for all your love and support in the more recent vids. I just saw the Rockets vid hit 1K, which is awesome. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Trying to get to 600 by the end of the month. We're right there. Maybe we can even get to 700 if the channel really keeps growing like it is. But now, I want to talk about your in-season tournament champions, the Los Angeles Lakers, who, interestingly enough, are top 10 defense, which I think we all could have expected with AD being relatively healthy this year. They're 6th, and they're 3rd in half-court defense according to Clean and Glass. However, it's where the offense comes in that things get a little weird. But let's get into this Lakers team and why I think they actually might be a favorite to come out of the West if everything clicks and everything stays healthy. So let's go ahead and get a look. So coming up first, I want to talk about the collective team defense, not just Anthony Davis, because I feel like that'd be a bit of a cop-out, right? So here you got Devin Booker, right? And I think right here what I love about this is just the overall team defense on the possession, right? The fight for the ball, right? That's a good possession maintained by Phoenix. But what they do here so well is the recovery by LeBron, right? So Vando is forced off of Booker with Booker's nice little move. LeBron immediately goes in to fill that gap, and Vando then immediately does the same. So at that point, he's going up against Bron's hand, but it almost is like he's going up against 2. And then at that point, Phoenix tries to recover the ball, but it doesn't work. But that's what I like about this team. It's a collective defensive effort, right? So again, D'Lo taking D'Lo shots, which, I mean, we don't really need to waste time on that. And notice here on this push, right? Cam Reddish actually does a pretty good job here sticking on to Booker off the attempted slip. And what he does so well here is that since he's got his left side, AD actually does a good enough job to close the gap. And then I believe that's Rui. Rui's doing a pretty good job of making sure Nurkic doesn't just have an easy enough roll. So then you have Cam Reddish basically in your face, in Booker's face to take this shot, which obviously, I mean, he could hit it because he's Devin Booker and he's really good at those, but misses, right? That's a good collective team defensive effort. Obviously, you don't like for stuff like that to happen, but hey, you got to do what you got to do. And again, this is just great defense right here, right? Boom, sticks on him. And AD's there to help recover if needed, right? Devin Booker tries again. And at that point, he commits the personal foul. I believe it's over the back on Anthony Davis. So at that point, you lose possession, which is crucial. For this team to be successful, they're going to have more of a defensive identity than just sheerly Anthony Davis, which is why I think this team has been pretty successful, at least on the defensive end, is that they finally have seemed to get that collective group identity at times to work. You would see a lot with the old Lakers teams, even last year. After the trade, there would be a lot of times where AD or Bron is just kind of pointing at somebody to go somewhere, and at times they would just let their assignment slip, and at that point, the whole defense is sort of crumbling. So again, let's just take a look. This time, we're going to, just take a couple looks at what AD is giving this team. Right, so you got KD right here bustering up, back out, over. AD does actually a good job because, I'm not going to lie, they set their own man up here. When he rolls out of the way, there's AD blocked. AD is able to, thankfully, due to his, his own man, basically getting in his way, he gave AD more than enough room to go ahead and then attack. So again, right, Devin Booker's trying to measure up, pushing into AD, back out to Nurkic. And again, but it's moments like this that are what I'm talking about. This swipe here by Vando, beautiful defense. To then, right, as he goes back up, forces the underneath for Grayson Allen. And at that point, AD's not having any of that. No. And like I said before, this team is establishing a defensive identity outside of Anthony Davis, which is huge because it then means that they're able to actually create an efficient, self-sustainable defense. Obviously, you're going to want Anthony Davis because he's arguably the best defender in the league, and you're going to want that at all times. But, hey, now I want to talk about LeBron James. LeBron is still just absolutely insane, even at this age, which I guess we really just shouldn't be surprised, right? So he's going to get the screen here off of Austin Reeves. right? And he's then going to get the ball in, and he's got Van Vliet on him, posted up. Again, it's beautiful here. They go for the double, and LeBron just basically takes advantage of the little bit of the difference between a little bit of daylight that Brooks and Van Vliet gives him, goes right in. Too easy of a pass for an even easier bucket. And then what we're going to see here is the beautiful transition play from LeBron, which of course is going to be important when your offense isn't necessarily the best in the league. I think they're 23rd according to Basketball Reference, right? And before he even crosses half court, Rui's cutting. He's got about 2 to 3 paces ahead of Jabari Smith Jr. And by the time Jabari kind of turns around and try and get about face to Rui, it's just too late. And at that point, Rudy has the easy lay. And at that point, you're going to take what you can get if you're the Lakers, and that's an easy bucket to help cut down a lead. And again, LeBron as a scorer, we're going to have to talk about that in a second. But again, just take a look. The gravity he demands. Dylan Brooks is coming over. He has another man coming over. He has nearly the whole team is collapsed inside the paint, leaving Cam Reddish wide open for LeBron, and just gets the easy three. When you still have this gravity at almost 40 years old, of when you attack the paint, the team collapses. Right? And he had 2 options. If he really wanted to, he could have dumped it out to Hachimura. But no. He says, it's going to be a whole lot easier if I just... And then, just to finish up the little LeBron section of this video, I sort of want to talk about, how he's still able to keep up this scoring. And because LeBron's obviously giving you almost, 25 to 30 a game. All the way out to Bron. Just too little, right? And moments like that are why the previous play that we just talked about playmaking-wise still happen with LeBron. He's still giving so well rim pressure that teams have to respect him. They just do. There is no other option. If you don't respect him, he will make you pay. So again, teams like the Rockets are going to collapse in on him, and then at that point, the world is his oyster in terms of where he can kick it out to. Right? Beautiful. And then, of course, you have LeBron shooting almost 40% from 3, which is only going to make things even harder for teams to guard, right? So you got D'Lo trying to bring up the ball. Gets AD on the screen immediately, right? Out to AD. And at this point, I like this little off-ball screen that AD sort of sets for Bron to get this wide open top of the key 3 in rhythm, in motion, too easy, and Bron is just going to keep on pushing. So again, I think what LeBron is giving this team is nothing short of remarkable at this age. LeBron is giving you elite performances, and that is going to be important for this Lakers team. But I want to talk about, to me, the guy who needs to just be a little more consistent, because we see games like the in-season tournament game, and then you wonder, can we get this more often? And that player is Anthony Davis. So let's get into it. Coming in here on this first play, AD is going to get the ball, right? Moments like this. Already, why are you taking this as your shot? This doesn't make sense. You have Zubac on you. Now that Zubac is some, joke at the rim defensively, but you're Anthony Davis. Right, and this is early on in the season, right? So, again, but it's like, why is this your shot? You had 16 seconds on the shot clock, too, so it wasn't necessarily like that was like a grenade. You had to shoot it. No. But you waited just to take that? Right? All right, so then AD gets the ball here, pushes up to D'Lo, and they're out, right? They're pushing tempo, waiting for AD to kind of get back up there. And again, look, boom, tries to create some form of separation. Even though he misses here, right? I like the idea that AD goes, yo, Zubac, you cannot handle me. He just goes, boom, gives him the shoulder. Creates so much space that if Kawhi actually doesn't come over to help, I'm more than sure AD probably goes up for a dunk or a nice little finesse layup. Even though he misses that, the aggression is what I like, right? And I believe we talked about this in some of my other videos. I get it. Players are going to miss. That's perfectly okay. But you want to go down swinging to some extent. I'm not saying you take stupid shots like we talked about in the Warriors video, where like if you're Clay and you're shooting something that just doesn't make sense, don't do that. But when you're AD, shots like that, I'm okay with. that's in your arsenal, that's in your wheelhouse. I know you can make those. So again, it's just about AD being a more consistent scorer. So let's get back into it, right? So again, good defensive effort here from the team as a whole. Gets the ball, they're pushing. And this is what I like too right here, what we're about to see. Up to Austin Reeves, gets the pick from AD just about here in a second, and he gets Paul George. And he's ready. He wants that pass. Boom. Paul George. This is already Paul George's mistake. As AD gets the ball up, Paul George tries his best to sort of get in front of the pass, try and either tip it back out towards a Plumlee. I believe that's PJ Tucker or Norman Powell. But doesn't get the angle. So at this point, now it's just AD in the rim. Mason Plumlee ain't stopping that, right? Boom, boom. And even though he misses that, again, the assertiveness and the aggressiveness that he is playing with is what you want from Anthony Davis. That is how you take advantage of your size and just your sheer strength. So take advantage. Boom, right back up. That's huge. Huge putback. And then we just got to talk about the absolute masterclass he put on here against the Pacers. Like, gets D'Lo on the roll, right? He does not care about Miles Turner. Boom, one tap, boom, right up and in. I love that. I love when he just puts his shoulder and he just goes, boom. You're not going to mess with me, Miles Turner. Like I said, you ain't messing with me. That right there, those are what I'm sure every Lakers fan wants to see 9 times out of 10. They want that, Anthony Davis. And if they can get that, it can work out. The only issue that this team has, right? So again, AD's going to get the ball here, pushes it up. And this is what I love too. AD just full out bursts. Boom. Does his Giannis impression, just goes, I got the inside on him. We're out. They're not messing with us. Again, guys, that is what I like about this Lakers team, is that AD and LeBron seem to finally be clicking. Not necessarily that they haven't before, but they're both getting their games in, and it looks natural, which is awesome to see, because that's what you want from an AD and LeBron duo. The defense is showing how good it can be, because it's a defensive effort. It's a collective effort. It's no longer just AD and LeBron pointing at people to kind of go somewhere, or even people kind of trying to be like, LeBron, let's kind of step up the effort here. But they do have one issue. Their half-court offense is like 13th in the league, which you would think, that's not that bad. But their overall offense is 23rd. When you're that low on offense, right, that defense is very good. Very, very good. But at some point, you got to score buckets, right? And you have LeBron, you have AD, so that should be able to remedy the solution. But when you are going up against a team like a Denver Nuggets, who their offense will figure itself out against just about any defense on any given night, you can't afford to be 23rd in offense on that night. Because at that point, quite frankly, you will not. I will repeat this. You will not keep up with them. You just can't have it. Right? And you might say, well, they just did against the Pacers. Well, the thing is, too, you also have to remember the biggest issue with the Lakers offensively is they always start off slow. Any Lakers fan will tell you this. I'm not even a Lakers fan, they'll tell you this. They always start off slow. And that's what leads to some of these blowout losses. Like against the Sixers, they didn't start off very strong, and the Sixers made them pay. And they lost by almost 40, or they lost by 40. So again, guys, I want to know what you think down below. Is this Lakers team true contenders? Do you think that they're a nice little second conference final exit team? Let me know what you think down below. As always, guys, this is Mr. Knows Hoops. It's been a great time talking to you guys. Thank you so much for your support. Have a beautiful rest of your day, guys. Peace out.